Suffrage to me is one step forward after wahine Māori had already been forced 2 steps back. The suffrage movement that we talk about most had Pākehā women and Pākehā values at its core, and we usually forget about the Māori women and the role they played and the reason they were involved in the first place. And while I am grateful for the suffragists that fought for my right to vote, I'm also incredibly aware that Māori suffragists were fighting for rights and recognition and status that they did have and was stripped from them. So suffrage to me is the first step of a long journey of supporting women, but also giving back to Māori women what colonisation took from us.
I love that we live in a nation which celebrates the image of women protesting, whether that's Kate or Miri, or Dame Whenekupa, Dr. Jill Greer, or it's students marching in the street to protect our Mother Earth. Suffrage for me was just the beginning of that journey. Suffrage also connects my past to my future at a very personal level, for I get to celebrate the women in my own family, the Otago settler's daughter who died in childbirth over 100 years ago, or the gardener's wife left as a widow with 5 young children to bring up, or World War I war bride, or the young girl who came over from London. I hope that I have just a tiny bit of the grit that those women showed. And now I get to stand back and let the Kiwi legacy of my own children take over. And I know that whatever they stand for in the future, now and into the future, they stand high on the shoulders of the mana wahine who have come before.
Suffrage means the right to vote. To me, also means to run for and hold the elected public office. I'm a proud Chinese migrant, and I'm very proud to be in a beautiful country in New Zealand as a Wellingtonian. I have the family here, and my daughter's next generation, so I want to set up a good example. Then I work hard for the communities. Within our Multicultural Council, we have many different ethnic groups that come on board. They chose New Zealand to be their second home, and then to my daughter, New Zealand's first home. So I would like to encourage all of us, especially for those women, everyone gets the right to vote.
So suffrage is about enfranchisement, and in New Zealand, suffrage is often referred to as women's suffrage, and I will only speak about women's suffrage. For me, it was getting the right to vote. So 124 years ago, New Zealand women won the right to vote, and suffragists, who were a group of men and women, fought long and hard to gain that privilege. And it is a privilege or a right, and that right gives us the opportunity to vote at national and local elections, but it was also about the empowerment of women and enabled us to strive for equity with men.
I think suffrage is a really big deal because it spawned empowering movements of radical activism that brought rights to a whole lot of people. And I need that movement because since I transitioned, my voice and my opinions have been undervalued. I'm held to an arbitrarily higher standard. My body in public place is seen as an object for consumption, be that as the target of disgust or fear or creepy, stalky behaviour. And in explicitly trans and queer spaces, the voices of trans men and trans masculine people are dominant and centred. When I think of suffrage, it makes me sad sometimes because suffrage gets used as a reason to argue why women like me have no place anywhere and we don't fit in, despite how badly we need to be part of it.